Come in for a scary story, if you dare.
Hello, my beautiful creepy people. I hope we're all having a dreadfully delightful evening. Tonight, we're doing things a bit differently. Instead of a scary story, we're diving into some holiday history. Because did you know Christmas used to be spooky? That's right. We're talking ghosts, winter chills, and the long-lost tradition of telling ghost stories on Christmas Eve. So without further ado, grab your blankets, grab your whiskey, wine, or coffee, whichever you prefer, and let's get into it. Okay, hear me out. What if I told you that Christmas used to be spooky? Like, not just, oh shoot, I forgot to wrap my kid's gift spooky, but actual ghost stories around the fire scary. I know, right? It's actually weird to think about when we're all about Santa and cozy vibes now, but this used to be the thing for Christmas Eve. You're probably thinking, ghosts at Christmas? Ghosts are for Halloween. Well, buckle up, because we're diving into a time where the spookiest part of winter is not how long it takes to untangle Christmas lights or looking at your bank account. So let's go way back. Imagine living hundreds of years ago. There's no electricity, no Netflix, no string lights. The sun sets at like 4 p.m. and the nights, they're long. It's dark, it's cold, and the wind is making noises that sound exactly like someone whispering outside your window. Creepy, right? So what do? You sit by the fire with your family and someone says, "Hey, want to hear a ghost story?" And boom, suddenly you're all wide awake. Because who needs sleep when you can terrify yourself instead? You know, sometimes I think I was born in the wrong era because sitting in a dark room surrounded by candlelight telling scary stories, that sounds like my kind of night. Wait, I literally do that now. I guess I did end up in the right era because now I can tell you all stories. But seriously, back in the day, that's exactly what people did. Long, dark nights, no electricity, just the fire crackling and stories to pass the time. Ghost stories, to be exact. It was cozy, creepy, and kind of perfect if you ask me. It was entertainment and a way to freak everyone out. Win-win. Okay, fun fact time. Before Christmas was Christmas, there were these huge pagan festivals. Think Yule in Scandinavia and Saturnalia in Rome. They were all about winter solstice, which is the longest night of the year. People lit fires, feasted, and partied, but they also believed spirits were out and about. Imagine celebrating the darkest night of the year with bonfires and ghost stories because you're kind of trying to keep the scary stuff happy so it doesn't haunt you. Honestly, I think they were onto something. Good food, good company, and a little bit of spooky sounds like a vibe. So let's talk about the Victorians. These people were obsessed with ghosts. I mean, ghost stories were basically their version of Let's Binge True Crime podcasts. And Christmas, that was prime ghost story season. Marley was dead to begin with. Yep, Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol, it's a full-on ghost story. You got Marley clanking around in chains, the ghost of Christmas past showing Ebenezer his mistakes. Dickens was like, hey, let's just add a little dread to Christmas dinner, why not? But honestly, it worked. Ghost stories at Christmas weren't just to scare people, they were about reflection. They reminded everyone to be kind, to value their lives, and maybe not hoard money like Scrooge. They loved a moral, and they loved a good scare. So if ghost stories were the thing, what happened? Well, by the early 1900s, everything changed. We got electricity, cities lit up, and the scary darkness of winter became a little less scary. Plus, Christmas became super cheerful. It turned into the sparkly, cozy holiday we know today, especially in the US, where ghost stories never really took off like they did in England. But here's the thing, ghost stories are fun, and they're a perfect way to mix a little spooky with all that warm and fuzzy holiday cheer. Creepmas? I say we bring it back. Tell a ghost story on Christmas Eve, spook your family, honor the tradition. I mean, imagine sitting by the fire and saying, "Want to hear a ghost story?" So what do you think? Are you into this old tradition? I know I am. And if you've got a favorite ghost story, Christmas or not, drop it in the comments because I need to hear it. Let's bring a little spooky back to Christmas, friends. Ghosts, cozy vibes, and hey, leave out a cookie or two for the spirits. They've been working overtime. And remember, if you hear a noise tonight, maybe it's just the wind. Or maybe not. Merry Christmas.